C5 5139 short story. In the year 2590, Earth had become a cradle of civilization so crowded that the stars themselves seemed to weep for the vastness we had lost. Yet, amidst the swarm of satellites and space stations, humanity had built new arteries to traverse the cosmos, the space tunnels, gleaming silver threads that wove through the fabric of the galaxy. On one of the many galactic trains that plied these ethereal paths, a girl named Lila sat, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the speeding stars outside. Her destination was the fabled planet of Alpha Centauri C5, the heart of creation, where the very essence of the galaxy's technology was born and the purest ore of dreams was mined. Lila had scored a rare opportunity to work in the factories of C5, a planet once revered for its colony of creators. These artisans, 3 centuries ago, had dedicated their lives to crafting the marvels that now defined our existence. But the whispers of history spoke of a shadow that had fallen upon it. A tale of colonization by a greedy few, who had turned this bastion of innovation into a marketplace where the sweat of hard-working inhabitants was traded for power. The train's hum grew louder as we approached the space station transfer for C5. The air was thick with anticipation and a hint of unease, as if the very atoms knew of the injustice that festered at the core of our journey. The passengers were a tapestry of diverse species from across the galaxy, all bound by the same hope, to find a piece of the elusive prosperity that C5 promised. 3 figures caught my eye, sitting across from me. They were as varied as the stars, a stoic Vulcan, a wise-eyed Betazoid, and a human with a scar that whispered of battles past. They spoke in hushed tones, sharing glances that spoke of a unity forged by a shared purpose. Curiosity piqued, I leaned closer, catching snatches of their conversation. "The time has come," the human said, his voice a mix of determination and sorrow, "to restore the balance on C5. The colonizers have grown too powerful," added the Betazoid, her telepathic gaze piercing the very fabric of my thoughts. "We must ensure that the fruits of labor are shared by all," the Vulcan intoned, a rare hint of emotion in his voice. Their words stirred something deep within me, a resonance with the whispers of history I had heard. I approached them, my voice trembling with hope and fear, and asked if I could join their quest for justice. Their eyes met, and after a brief moment of silent deliberation, the human nodded. "We are 3, seeking to tip the scales. A 4th, with the same conviction, may be the key to our success." The transfer station was a bustling hive of activity. We stepped off the train into a world of gleaming chrome and neon lights, the air filled with the cacophony of 100 languages. The 4 of us melded into the throng, our hearts beating as one. We were pilgrims on a mission to right the wrongs of our time. We ventured into the depths of C5, where the factories roared and the smell of molten metal and burnt circuits was a constant reminder of the toil that fueled the galaxy's greed. We saw the workers, their eyes hollow from long shifts, and their spirits crushed by the weight of their oppressors. Their stories were our fuel, and we vowed to be their voice. The colonizers had built their fortress in the gleaming spires that pierced the planet's sky. We infiltrated their world of opulence, our hearts heavy with the knowledge of the disparity that lay just beyond their gleaming walls. We worked tirelessly, weaving through the shadows, whispering words of change to those who would listen. Our small band grew into a tide of revolution. The whispers grew louder, the sparks of rebellion brighter. The colonizers felt the tremors of our uprising, their grip on power beginning to slip. The day of reckoning arrived as swiftly as a comet's blaze. The workers of C5 rose up, demanding an equal share of the wealth they created. The colonizers, blinded by their own avarice, could not stand against the unified front of those who had suffered for too long. Together, we forged new laws, ensuring that every resident of C5 would benefit from its bounty. The planet, once the plaything of the rich, became a beacon of equality and fairness. The creators were revered once more, their legacy restored to its rightful place in the hearts of the galaxy. As we stood at the precipice of change, the Vulcan spoke. "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." His words echoed in the newfound silence of a planet that had once groaned under the weight of exploitation. The Betazoid offered a gentle smile. Now, we have planted the seeds of change. May they grow into a forest that shelters all. The human placed a reassuring hand on my shoulder. This is just the beginning. There are more worlds out there that need our help. And so, we parted ways, our hearts forever bound by the shared experience of fighting for what was right. I continued my work, now with a newfound purpose, a guardian of the cosmic balance, knowing that together we had made a difference in the vast tapestry of the galaxy. The space tunnels whispered our tale to the stars, a reminder that even in the most distant reaches of the cosmos, the light of hope and justice can never truly be extinguished.